What it do, world? Yogi 1AO, WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show, the jukebox app, one click, and you can hear your favorite artist music anytime you want. Mobile, desktop, HNIC Mitchell, let's go! Hey! Bringing you the best in entertainment from the basement labs to our fam that's worldwide famous. Shining light on talent that was told. Taking shots at success was aimless. Broadcasting overseas, can you blame us? Don't believe us? You can ask the masses, check the ratings. You can tune into the conversation. WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show, each and every Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. HNIC Mitchell, let's go! Call it right now to give you a shout out to 712-770-4700, access code 419819. Let's go!
Hey, calm down, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know we're going to come back each and every week, bringing y'all the best in entertainment from around the world, man. From your country, from your block, from your region. You know what? It might be the dude down the street from you that is part of the best in entertainment that gets the attention. This evening, I just want to welcome everybody to what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's the WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. I'm Yogi 1AO. As always, like I do not do this. We will not do this show unless I have my beautiful co-host,
Mr. Music, aka Marlene Bamasita out of Tampa, Florida. Music A&R for Mass Street Media, and also Executive VP, First Lady of OMS International Music Agency. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. When I say I have my beautiful co-host, it's not just a physical beauty; it's a business beauty. You know what I'm saying? And I could go bars with it and be like beauty and booty. But we ain't gonna do that. We don't do that over here at WBOK. Like I got them smiling. You see? Now you're getting comfortable. That's what it do. You got 2 hours with us. What we do over here at WBOKRadio.com, I want to give a huge shout out. Like before this broadcast started, we spent an hour broadcasting to give relief and advocating about like the church ministries that have avenues to help out people that's going through the hurricane things down in Florida. Everybody that's going through everything down in Georgia. The websites were put out there. We are doing our job. Now, our main job is to bring the people. Now, you know what I'm talking about. When I say the people, the best in entertainment. Mm-hmm. You, sir, just so happen to be an MC.
Oh, yeah.
You got some good. Why don't you let the people know who we're talking to this evening?
Well, I'm Kyle Knight. You know, I'm from New York, and I'm a conscious artist.
Now, see that part about like I jumped on it, right? Because, you know, I don't really have a choice in who I interview. Mm-hmm. But I gotta say this. When the word conscious artist is a part of the genre of who I'm going to talk to.
Yeah.
I can't wait to speak to conscious. So I've heard all your music. I've heard every mixtape, everything. He said, "Now, don't do that. Don't do that when you're on air with me. Don't do the side scratching the face thing." You know, because Miss Music, I think you have some family up there in New York, don't you?
I mean, I'm a Tampa girl. I always got family in New York, of course. And my kids, all three of their fathers come from New York. So yeah, we got family up there.
That's crazy. That's
The
crazy.
Bronx.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually where I recorded. Hey Sister was out in the Bronx. Yeah. Very nice.
I can see Miss Music speaking.
Family around East 149th and St. Anne's. You know where that's at by the park.
Well, I just so happen to be in a DMV region. That's that DC, Maryland, Virginia region, and we get very critical. We get very critical about who we put on. You know what I'm talking about? But you, sir, you, sir, the way that it was described for the artists that I was going to have to sit down and talk to was one of the strongest words put forward by HNIC Metro was conscious.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that they have that milk crate worth of rhymes. They got them composition books. They got milk crates worth of composition books. So they've been writing rhymes since they were 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
But I want to know, what does it feel like for you? Now hold on, make sure my finger point right to the camera. For you, sir, to be notarized as a conscious hip hop artist.
Well, to me, it feels great. And you know, the word conscious definitely symbolized the word life. You know, it's the terminology of conscious is life. So I guess that's what you would call me, as a life rapper, you know, and rapping on deep experiences and the best emotions.
So where did you start? Like now, do not, now, okay, we're live on air. Like everything, like everybody's seeing you. Like I know you got your shape up on. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? You got the fresh on, but like live, like let's be real. Where did you get your start? Where did you get your start?
I got my start in my dad's studio, you know, lyric writing and studying old records. Of course, you know, up to Michael Jackson, up to Lionel Richie, up to Teddy Pendergrass. And then, of course, you know, all the hip hop records, man, you know, Public Enemy, you know, a lot of artists, Q-Tip, you know, because we had all those on vinyl and things like that, you know. So, you know, we were just in there listening to a bunch of records. And between that, because I'm originally from New York, you know, and that's where the studio's at, and that's where I was always recording at. Between that and the studio and in the school that I was going to on 14th Street, down Legacy High School, was, I think they renamed the high school, but at that time that was the name of the high school. But there was an indoor studio, so between my father's studio and the school studio, that's where I was at recording.
But I wanted to know, like a lot of people want to know, like this platform, like the WBOKRadio.com platform and the Encore Live platform, of course, it's very much opened up for the independent artists, but we focus on the independent artists that are making moves. So I wanted to just ask the question, when did you first feel like you were making moves in the business?
I first felt like I was making moves in the business, really right out of my dad's studio, you know, which you know, which was out of New York, and because he was putting together a developing label, and so I was helping him with the developing label, of course, you know, by the material, also by collecting email, by several things that I can't even get into, you know. And that's where I really got my feet wet, and that's what really got me into to the actual business, was and really just expanding me to the whole industry, was at first building that record label with my father.
They said, you know what? So with everything going on right now, like being a hip hop artist, right? Being a, and like as for everybody that's tuned in right now to our listening viewing audience, we presented you and what you're presented as a conscious hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on in the United States right now, right?
Yeah.
Like where we live in the United States. And like we're not in England, we're not in Ireland, and you can get money out there. You can hip hop works out there too. But we're right here in the root into it. What would you say would be the most important thing that you would have to put out to other up and coming artists as far as like, yo, it's gonna be something?
Yeah.
It's always gonna be some controversy, but like to stick to your roots because you're making moves, my brother. I mean, you right here with us.
Yeah. What I would tell them, you know, is to be original and is definitely be yourself. And you have to be separate from the next artist, you know, because even when I'm hanging with my boys, you know, we get sick and tired of hearing artists that sound like somebody else. So it's just like, you know, really coming into your person and really understanding who you are as an artist, and of course artist development and all those things too.
Okay, now when you said artist development, now you about to go through the rigmarole. You about to be live on air and go through it because now I'm about to pass it over to a head A&R who know what she looks for and what the label that signs the checks.
Yeah,
what they look for. I'm about to pass it over to Miss Music, my beautiful co-host down there in Tampa, Florida. Respect, Miss Music. What you gotta ask this artist though?
I mean,
She said,
gave him?
don't give him the Rick Ross. Because you in Florida don't mean you can give him the Rick Ross.
What gives you the fuel to find the words that you need in order to formulate your songs? What is the most that, you know, drives you to do that?
What drives me to do that is definitely my past experiences, definitely experiences that I'm having now, definitely what you see on the news, and you know, really for what my heart tells me to write, you know, because that's the basics of hip hop, is writing from the heart, you know. So like that's definitely you know, what inspires me to write. And not only that, but you know, what's going on around me every day, you know, and being aware and being conscious of my surroundings and what's going on in my everyday life in terms of you know, Trump, and in terms of everything, in terms of everything, you know.
As an MC.
So how do you keep doing what you're doing?
Go ahead, Miss Music.
How do I find the fuel? All right, well that's also by reading, also by inspiration, also by getting inspiration by not only other artists, but musicians, actors, you know, and also just by life, because there's a lot of things that just in and out of my life that influence me, you know, and that really give me the fuel to write lyrics, you know. And sometimes I just may just really lay on my back and just really write a song and just walk through the park or walk down to the beach, and lyrics will just come to me, you know, just a form of meditation, you know, and also by meditating too, you know, I also do that too, a lot of that, you know, reflection and you know, and self-reflection, you know, and things like that, you know. Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to ask you something, brother. Because I'm like, one of the things that was said to me by like HNIC Mitchell, you know, shout out HNIC Mitchell that runs the station, WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. He said a conscious artist. How does that feel when other people label you as a conscious hip hop artist?
It doesn't hurt me or nothing like that, you know. it doesn't make me feel any type of way, you know, because the word conscious is life. So that means life artist, awareness.
Well, you know, in our culture, Miss Music could tell you as a head A&R, there's a very strong difference. There's the people that can fill a club every week.
Mm-hmm.
If you come through 2 times a week, they know that you're going to have 10, 20,000 people every day you come to the club. That's an artist. You know what I'm saying? But conscious hip hop, conscious, like what comes out your mouth, what comes to your brain is consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, I don't want to put no words in your mouth, but how do you feel being recognized as a conscious hip hop artist?
I feel fine with it. You know, I feel proud about it. You know, I'm definitely on and forward with it. Yeah.
So do you feel pressure, or is it like, you know what, I have these tracks that are conscious tracks, but the majority of my work is like, yo, let's turn up so I can get the bread to fund.
There's going to be so many tracks that I do. Now, let's say if I had an opportunity to work with like J. Cole or Common or something like that, it could easily come out. It could easily come out of a conscious realm, you know. And I'm not going to hold back creativity, you know, because that's one thing that us artists don't do. You know, well, I can't speak for others, but I know that that's one thing that I don't do is hold back creativity. But me, no, you know, I always stand my ground. You know, meaning conscious is not, you know, conscious is life. It doesn't mean soft rapper, doesn't mean candy rapper. You know, and me, there's going to be so many type of things that I do to describe myself and describe my artistry and describe my lyrics, and that's the page that I'm on with hip hop.
So I want to ask Miss Music. I want Miss Music because, like, I am not. Excuse me. I am not an A&R. I am not an A&R. I'm a radio personality. I'm an MC. Like, I have that competitive spirit with me. But I want to turn the microphone over to a head A&R. Like, the people that get signed to the label go through Miss Music. So I want to pass it over to Miss Music so she can have some conversation with you. Like, Miss Music, like, as a conscious MC, where does a conscious MC sit in Mad Street?
I mean, Mad Street doesn't have a problem with any artist. I think if you're going to be a conscious rapper, you have to be conscious enough. You have to make sure that your material is on point. I think that there's probably a lot of people out there that want to be a conscious rapper, but grasp the whole concept of it. It's a touchy subject at times. So, you know, if you're gonna get out there and be spitting this knowledge and you know, make sure your knowledge is correct, make sure your knowledge is presented the right way, because you could have a lot to say, but if it's not formulated the right way, it's a little bit harder to understand, and the meaning doesn't get through. It's kind of like when Tupac did the song "Brenda's Got a Baby." It was to enlighten people, you know what I'm saying? And he came off with something that nobody done before like that. So, and he did it to raise awareness, but it's how he did it and how he talked the record labels into and putting it out there. So you could be conscious all you want, and you can have the material to put it out there, but you got to make sure when you put it out there, you put it out there the right way, because nobody you up off a record label if or if it's not on point, basically. But like I said, Tupac, for an example, Brenda's Got a Baby, that's a perfect example of being a conscious and written and actually made conscious enough that it be acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're gonna be conscious, come correct. Definitely want to make sure you come correct.
We got a lot going on.
What you do. And I think we're about to listen to a track here real soon.
We got a lot going on.
The Truth.
Yeah, the Truth.
So
the Truth. We got a lot going on with this artist.
That one.
I want the people
and we're gonna hear exactly
what this brother is talking about conscious hip hop.
And what he means today. With you artists out there and your fans out there that are listening, we're gonna know exactly what conscious means. Today, when we hear his music played here on WBOK Radio, so make sure you hit up your friends, tell them get on over to WBOK Radio, get the tune in on the YouTube, Instagram and Twitter it, because we about to play.
Miss Music, you better stop playing.
Nice.
We're talking about some conscious hip hop right now. Ladies and gentlemen, live on WBOKRadio.com. We got some conscious hip hop coming out.
Yeah.
We're going to go into what conscious hip hop is. But I want the artist to introduce this track that's called The Truth. Can you give us a radio drop on WBOKRadio.com on the Truth track?
Oh, of course. Well, The Truth is about social political issues. You know, it covers everything up to police brutality, up to climate change, up to global warming, up to natural disasters like what you see going on with Hurricane Irma. The Truth is the truth. Got to check it out. It's really, I mean, it's thorough. It's thorough.
And we got that coming live and direct. WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live. So y'all stay tuned. And we about to go in some more with this artist. Conscious hip hop.
Are you blind or wise? Live or die, you will survive. Lies planted, bird game semantics, a brainwash planet seems to run rampant. A way of life, plain to see. Time after time of lies and deceit. So be the truth, hear the truth, hold the truth. Way overdue. A world that crosses, dark and bleak. Greenhouse gas, putting earth to sleep. Toxic water, ravaging the sea. If you spoke the truth, all eyes can see. Chemical trails, climate change, poison in our body, melting in our brains. A subsonic search for a missing plan. No need to bury a third eye got the way worldwide. I'm singing worldwide. Listen worldwide. New York City, temperatures are hot, the Big Apple, rocking and pretty. Hopeless faces, war between races and YPD, a bunch of violent races. ISIS army, brainwashed the youth, trained to the rape and shoot. Ain't that the truth? An issue in our world, easy to see. Denial of truth misguides humanity. Government scheme, deception of dreams. Politicians come clean, words of all lead. Ruin country, catch state of mind. When we come to realize, the blind media headline. Talk overnight, who's wrong, who's right. Truth is right, as the sunlight. North to the east, to the west, to the south. Pick it out, worldwide.
about that?
Oh my goodness gracious.
I can text her to completely.
I didn't know I was going to hear music that was of the quality that I just heard. But I know this much. The people definitely are feeling that. How do you feel about the people hearing that track right there? And let the people know about that track.
Well, it's been an overwhelming experience, and the people have been so really supportive behind it and just really embracive. I mean, every day I get like messages in my inbox talking about the truth and, hey Kyle, you know, and people, all types of things, people sending me and stuff like that. But the truth is dope, you know. That's a live production. That's no samples, live instrumentation, live production. You know, we had kids come in on that in the studio, about 20 kids or so, protesting, shouting the truth and things like that. We also have my boy Pete Griffo lay that guitar solo. Yeah, but I love that song, man. Put that in my casket.
You better stop, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, got a rock feel to it, a funk feel to it. You know, it's real, very relevant to everything that's going on around you. Real Run DMC type feel, you know. And I just tried to make that as universal as possible so that the universe would hear the truth.
See, I was going to ask you about your musical influences, but you kind of let that out already. So, like, you're kind of bogarting me as a host. You're kind of bogarting my co-host, because that's kind of things that give us, like, about 15, 20 minutes of conversation. But you already opened up the door, so let the people know about your musical influences.
Oh, man. Well, well, of course, you can read on my biography, #1 influence in my life has definitely been hip hop legend Nas, you know, definitely Kendrick Lamar, definitely J. Cole.
Hold on. Continue, but
yeah. And you know, definitely the greatest, man, like Talib Kweli, Mos Def.
Thank you for adding that in.
Of course. You know, but you know, I also got to take it to you know, to like I know this is all hip hop, but we're talking my influences. Of course, we're talking, you know, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson. You know, I got it. You know, come on, you know.
I call the last statement redemption.
Hey, gotta keep it real, man. Like we talked about before, where do you get fuel from? You know, to write your songs and to write your material and stuff like that. You know, who are your influences? Where are your sources? Where are you pulling from? That's very important for artists, you know.
So, because I say to people,
you should ask him his top 5 and top worst.
No, Miss Music, wait, Miss Music, Miss Music, why don't you ask the artist what you have? Why don't you pick his brain musically? Why don't you, like, because it's easy with me. We you know, it's man to man, but when it comes to like a female head A&R, she got some questions, like, and you live right now.
Yeah,
Why don't you go ahead and answer the questions that you ask as an A&R?
Oh, Lordy Lord. 5 of, you said the people who that I don't that I'm not feeling as artists.
5 of your top worst.
Good Lord.
Your top 5. Okay, your top 5 artists that you wish never touched the microphone.
Man, y'all don't want me throwing no salt, man.
You live, baby. Give it.
I can't throw salt, my G. You know what I'm saying?
It's not salt. It's just truth. It's just truth. It's like I have a list. My list.
But you want to know, like, I know where y'all are coming from with that, especially in today's hip hop. But I got to tell y'all this. Even with all the mumble rap and the cookie cutter stuff out there, I still have an appreciation.
Mumble rap is definitely on top of your list.
I still have an appreciation for these brothers and stuff like that. I mean, how can I not? You know, because even the business side aspect, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot going on, and I mean, it's busy. And I mean, it's a lot of work. You know, so I even though some of it is mumble rap and some of it's BS, you know, I can't throw salt at it, you know, and you know, even for what those dudes, I gotta salute them, you know,
So where do you sit with that? With being a conscious hip hop artist, where do you sit? Like, what is your opinion with mumble rap?
Well, you gotta have a clarity.
I'm not titling it mumble rap. I'm just, there's been a genre that's been created as mumble rap.
Yeah.
You as a conscious hip hop artist, where do you sit with mumble rap?
Well, I don't really cooperate in it, and I'm of it. I'm not appreciative. The other things I said I'm appreciative of, but not of.
You got a whole bunch of ums. We don't hear that. We don't hear that when there's an instrumental going.
I can't throw song.
You're very fluent when you got words to say. But I asked that question. You said a whole bunch of ums. Just be real. Ain't nobody gonna hurt your career over here.
Oh, I worry about that.
This is not Charlemagne the God and everybody.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his answer to that? As a head A&R, like he walks into the office and you love his music. His music has been on WBOKRadio.com. His music's all over the place, and he just needs that placement. And you're like, well, I'm a head A&R. What do you feel about mumble rap? And you answer that way.
Well, I mean, you gotta kind of figure that because of the comment we just asked him. So, but I also feel like, you know, I understand he don't want to offend anybody, but you also gotta have a voice. So everybody has an opinion, and don't be afraid to give your opinion. But you know, that's, you know, I mean, I think we know where we're going with this one, but I'm not going to hold it to the man. So, yeah, he would raise my eyebrows. Definitely would raise my eyebrows. I would be. I wouldn't be thinking about the music anymore. I think that would take off my direction of music. I guess if we're gonna keep it real, it tore me off. We want people to answer questions very honestly and openly, and the man, you know, he has the right to feel whatever, and he has a right to answer it, and we can't always expect to get the response we plan to get, and people have feelings and opinions, and they are very sensitive, and he's very conscious enough that could be affecting somebody's, you know, character or something. So I respect him. You know, I can't knock him.
Before we hear,
I think that's about it.
Before we hear another track from this artist, I have a question that I want to ask this artist. What's the motivation of your music, my brother?
The motivation of my music is definitely to empower and to impact the world. You know, of course, through high consciousness and through, you know, positive music, and also balance. And like I said before, you know, right now, I believe in what I've been taught by many mentors and things like that. Is coming out the gate right as an artist, you know, and really coming out the gate right, and coming out with your best foot out, you know, and that's what I'm about, you know.
So when you create, when you sit in the studio, before, like, you know, for a lot of us, some people think like, oh, I'm an MC, so I just go sit in the studio and they play a track for me, and then I create something, and then we have profitability. It's not really the process. It's like kind of like on the other end of it, where we're like, I feel like I have something I need to say. I'm going to write this down, and then if you can put a track together properly, then I'll say what I have to say over it, right? For yourself, what's that process like for you?
Me, it's a very deep process for me, because I have a very deep ear in the music. So I might think about the production first. Like, what type of production am I going for? Am I going for a live production, or am I just going for type of MIDI sounds and synchronized sounds and things like that. You know, what type of lyric am I trying to, what type of song am I trying to write? You know, and how do I want the song and the message and the whole formula to come together? You know, there's many things that I think of in terms of live production, because I know all my sounds by heart. There isn't a sound out there that I don't know. You know, now if you threw a whole bunch of reverb and fade, you know, a whole bunch of stuff on it, and see nobody in their right mind.
Oh, believe me.
Right.
Believe me, when I did Howard Theater,
Mm-hmm.
the Howard Theater during Howard Homecoming, and they expected me to have synthetic sound, and I was blessed. I can't put the credit on myself, but I was blessed to have live drummer, live acoustics, live guitars, live bass, live acoustic guitar.
Right.
And I went up because at the time, most people didn't know who I was, but you know, I was paying like just to be humble, I was paying like my cell phone bill. I was paying like my cell phone bill, my rent off of music alone.
Yeah.
So like my extras were what I was like working to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? Like my rent, cell phone, you know, water, electric, everything else like that was paid off of music alone.
Right.
So when I got the opportunity to do like Howard Theater, I was like, well, it has to be big. It has to be big. It has to make sense. I can't just do this because it's going to take away from my bills. But for yourself with conscious music, it's like you got this track. Like now, I'm just being a radio host. You're just being who you are. But I want to know, like for me, I got addicted. Like for me as an MC, people are like, why do you continue to do this? Why do you continue in entertainment? And I'm like, I can't help it. I can't help it. Like my beautiful co-host, Marlene Bamasita, while you're looking at her right now, she's staring Hurricane Irma in the face. And she's I'm gonna do this Encore live show. That's her job. You know what I'm saying? She's like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Please be very safe down there. That's very serious. You know, like
very serious.
Yeah.
Before you came on, we had an hour of a church relief group that provides help for everybody. We had the brother that's a part of it and everything. Before you came on, we had we usually go 7 to 9.
Yeah.
But we went from 6 and we went a little bit late with your interview starting, but we had to get that knowledge out there for people to understand that there are WBOKRadio.com and the Encore Live. So we ain't just about what we can do.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this. This is what we do.
Oh, yeah.
For yourself, I want to ask you this question. Like you got this track, right? And this track that you had is called Addiction.
Yeah.
I went through addiction therapy before I became a mental health specialist. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Like I put all my cards on the table. I was like, this is me, 100%. And there was a specialist that said that your addiction is power. I said, so I don't have I'm not addicted to. They're like, no. I smoke cigarettes, but I'm not addicted. I can do without.
Right.
Okay. Now I cannot do without my WBOKRadio.com. I cannot do without my Encore Live. I wasn't in that position when I was talking to that counselor, but I cannot do without my HNIC Mitchell. I cannot do without my Marlene Bamasita. I cannot do without my Miss Music. I'm addicted to this right here. But with your track Addiction, what were you addressing?
Well, I was definitely addressing pharmaceutical addiction, definitely heroin addiction, definitely cocaine addiction. But what addiction is about is many short stories of people who die, you know, through diction. And, you know, we even have a flat line in the actual track, but, you know, it's a really hot hip hop track, you know, with a really deep message, you know, and the message is just really just told in story form, you know, of people dying, you know, and to really stay away from addiction because they'll flame you.
So, what would you want to tell the listening audience and the viewing audience as we premiere this track worldwide?
What I like to tell the listening audience is definitely definitely believe in yourself and to do what your heart tells you to do, you know, and don't give in to peer pressure, don't give in to what people tell you to do, you know, and you know, make choices for yourself. Don't allow someone else to make a choice. You don't allow someone to put something inside of you that has no business being inside of you, and you know that that's not proper for you. And be careful of what an addiction is. And you know, if you are becoming addicted, you know, be conscious of it. Be aware of it. This song here, Addiction, is to make you aware of it, to make you conscious of it. Go ahead, spin that.
WBOKRadio.com. The Encore show. We're gonna go into addiction.
Fashion, going through pain. Memory flashes, couldn't deal with the pain. Quick to try anything, didn't know Molly's a mix with methamphetamine. Took 3, disposed of a life and dreams. Fell forward on the cabin tree. Stumble over a chair, suck at the air, you know she overdosed. One big cat, like a slump with the head of her lap. This gnarly cat, so crack, gotta fall to her knees. God please, in a 2-bedroom condo, couldn't get enough air. Doing nostrils, defenseless, going through it. Didn't mean to do it, lived it up. I was one of the best, lying dead in cardiac arrest. I'm victim from pills, dead for real. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will break you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will break you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will flame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will flame you. The boy pulled up in the Bentley. Are you not? Are you really? Pulled off doing 60. This young man was a fool. Caught out in the hustler's pool. Tight on ends. In need to make a friend. Sideways in the parking lot. Put out the ziplock. Gotta make sure you ain't a cop. Gave him a sample, much more than he could handle. He could get the chattering, pain in his abdomen, feeling strange, couldn't get a hold of things. Music blasting, seatbelt unfastened, overdose while the driver was laughing. Thought he was sleeping, the seat was leaking. Shook him up multiple times, he ain't breathing. Wiped the cold sweat off his face. Nobody called for help that day. Left that ass outside, without a trace, missing half his face. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Do you see what addiction is doing to people? Passed out in front of family, on the curb, bums on the subway. Things lean on the steps with a needle. The side effects is death till there ain't nothing left. Drive-up windows, convenient pharmacies, a corrupt medical in many countries. Commercials selling the grip, call now, toll-free. The man in the office with the weakest knees. The warehouse stores to a certain degree. Prescribed to doctors, killing patients, celebrities. The biggest killer, most definitely. The bigger the pill, the bigger the feeling. Dying on the floor and the ceiling spinning. Time to make a mental decision. Because addiction's nothing but an inner confliction. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you. Danger, addiction will change you. Danger, addiction will frame you.
We are going all the way in. It's a problem. It's a problem. See, the problem is, what the problem is, we're going all the way in. We're going all the way in. And see, what the problem is that we are looking these brothers directly in their face. We're looking eye to eye. There you go. Adjust the camera. Adjust the camera. Make sure they're looking at who put that track out.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be insecure about it, man. I know
no.
for a lot of people, it's intimidating. WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. Oh, we going, like, some people are like, yeah, I'll do this show. And then they realize that, like, everybody watching. Everybody watching.
Oh, yeah.
You should probably link up with Miss Music, my beautiful co-host.
All right.
You should more than likely, like, if you don't do anything else with your music career, I'm just me on the humble. I'm going live on air saying this. If you do not connect with HNIC Mitchell, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Nah, I hear you.
Just the truth. Just the truth. But then I also understand that you have a connection with Mr. Angelo Ellerby.
Yeah.
Usually I put that in the beginning of the interview to let people know how heavy the interview is. But yeah. Let the people know what that's like. What's it like working with like Double Exposure Media Group? First of all, shout out Double Exposure Media Group, Mr. Angelo Ellerby.
Yeah, well, shout out to Mr. Angelo Ellerby. Like. Well, shout out to Mr. Angelo Ellerby and Double Exposure. But man, Mr. Ellerby is a great guy, great man, and it's an honor working with him. And really, you have to be professional. You have to be sharp. You have to be on time. You have to be solid. You know, you have to be above. You have to be up and beyond everything. And you know, like they say, early is the new late. You know, and not only that, you know, when you top shelf Hennessy, you got to be good vibe. You know, but I love working with Angelo, and really it is a dream, and I really thank the Lord every day for the things that He has done for me.
I just want the people to be able to see the humbleness. Like, as dope of an MC as you are, like the music that you put together, like the product. Like, when I say the product, I'm going like in the production quality. I'm going in the production of like you as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like you, presentable. You know, come on now. We on WBOKRadio.com. It's the Encore live show. You know what I'm saying? You looking at me. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at me face to face.
That's right.
You know what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? You're getting to see my beautiful co-host. Now you can't say she ain't beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. It's an honor meeting you, and thank you guys for having me on the show, man.
You can't say that our boss, HNIC Mitchell, Charles Mitchell, isn't a boss in the game. But you are a part of a very elite group of people that we are so grateful to be able to. I gotta say this, and I know I can stop talking, and Marlene will tell you, Miss Music will tell you. When it comes down to Mr. Oh my God, Mr. Mitchell, he gonna be like, hey yo, definitely give him some shout outs. But
yeah, well, you know, he's worked with the best in the game up to DMX, up to
Angelo Ellerby, you being an artist that's in the hand of Angelo Ellerby and Double Exposure Media Group. We over here at WBOKRadio.com and the Encore Live and the media group that we work to build, and we're working to build. We are so grateful to have artists that come out of Double Exposure Media Group. That's something that I did not say at the beginning of the interview, but Mr. Mitchell, I'm not paying attention to my phone right now. Mr. Mitchell, I already know. We got to show some love to Angelo Ellerby. Because that brother, like guaranteed, some people look at people because of their monetary gain. Some people look at people because they're like, oh, boy, you're pulling up in a Lamborghini. You got a big mansion. But people forget about the brothers like Angelo Ellerby that have put people in those positions.
That's right. You said it, man.
And you are a part of that elite group of people that Angelo Ellerby, his eye that little eyebrow, his eyebrow like lifted up and was like, "Oh, I like that." And like I'm not gonna go into all of it. This is a highlight of you. What is it like to work with Double Exposure Media Group?
Well,
like seriously, like everything I'm boasting about it, because WBOKRadio.com audience, we already know. We already know Double Exposure Media Group, Angelo Ellerby, he does not play.
Yeah.
I see him, he does not play. But being a part of the Double Exposure Media Group and being an artist that has gained the recognition to that's who represents you.
Yeah, that's right.
How does that feel? Like honestly, like be real with me. Don't do the political with me. How does that feel? How does that feel?
It's a dream come true. I mean, and because there's so much originality in my music and no sampling and live instrumentation, I mean, they put me in a Harlem Week under Entombed Grant, you know, and it's just fantastic, you know, and it's real artistry, you know, and it's real media relations on every line up to BET, you know, but working with him.
We ain't giving out everybody else, but at the same time, like for real, like they don't even understand.
Yeah,
they don't even understand. Like Angelo Ellerby and Double Exposure Media was the business. That's business.
Yeah. Harlem Week, man, they run all that, you know, a lot of major. I can't even go into detail, you know. I mean, let's not even talk about the creative classes, you know, a lot of things. And not only that, the way how they help actors too is I mean, it's excellent. I mean, it's God bless.
WBOKRadio.com and the Encore Live Show. We are blessed to be very privy to the Double Exposure Media Group.
Yeah,
we've had artists, actresses, actors, musicians in every genre that, like Angela Ellerby. I don't know. For myself and Marlene Mamacita, we're like, hey, Agent I.C. Mitchell, please keep making it happen. But like for yourself as an artist, like I want to ask Miss Music, like Miss Music, because she is an A&R. She's not A&R. She is a head A&R for a group that puts people on. You know what I'm saying? Where they can start paying their bill or getting signed. You know what I'm saying? And not to make it that, because we don't talk that way. You know what I'm saying? People in the industry, we don't talk that way. If you're talented, your bills are going to get paid because you're talented.
That's right.
Miss Music, she is in that position where she puts people on. And we don't even speak that way. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you're nice with it, so I can put you on. You're my cousin, so I can put you on. Miss Music, my beautiful co-host, she's down there in Florida, and please pray for her.
Most definitely.
She's stubborn.
And please stay safe. Please stay safe. You know, because it is really crazy down there right now. You know, the Lord's doing His work, but you know, it's really it's a really big natural disaster. You know, please be safe down there.
So, Miss Music, what you want to say to another talented? Now, brother, no homo. I ain't gotta say that. You know, everybody know me. I ain't gotta say no homo, but. Miss Music, for another beautiful, talented, young black man, another brother that's coming into the industry and really making his way. And I'm saying we're just humble old little us. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that Mr. Mitchell, he really keeps us in check. He's like, you interviewed so and so, but you ain't so and so. Let's keep it humble. Let's keep it under structure. Let's keep it right. Miss Music, with everything that's going on down there in Florida, with your position in music and entertainment, when we're talking to another talented, when we're talking, oh my God, like I don't know, I'm apt to send like 85 dang on edible arrangements to Angelo Ellerby, because for some reason he keeps blessing WBOKRadio.com with great talent.
Thanks, man.
And
Thanks.
we don't like for real, because we like other stations don't get this talent. Other stations don't get double exposure media, and for some reason, the brother Angelo Ellerby, he rocks with us, man, and we get talent like you. We get talent like I don't know if you've gone through the genre playlist of double exposure media.
Oh, I was on the website. Trust me, I know. Yeah.
and for myself, and like I don't know what HNIC Metro does. My boss, my radio boss, I have no idea. He's my boss. He just tells me what it is. But from his music, we're out here. We're performing. We're scouting. We're putting in the footwork. But then like Mr. Mitchell will be like, "Hey yo, Angela Allerby said, we got this artist coming on the stage," and I'm like, "Well, I wish I had the numbers you had." I wish I could pay my cell phone bill off of music alone.
I hear you.
So Miss Music, I want to know what it's like for a Florida head A&R to be a radio personality on WBOKRadio.com and to be sitting like live and direct. Like this brother, he's sitting, this is me. Like, what you want to ask this brother?
Well, I'm loving it. I hate to end the show for everybody tonight on my side, but we getting ready for Hurricane, and it's getting a little bit late here. So I'm going to go ahead and get off. I got to get my kids to bed and get them ready for the morning. In the early afternoon, in the morning. Really early, but I think he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Keep getting your message heard. Keep giving your deliverance the right way. Keep your promotions out there, you know.
You would double expose
music distribution, keep that going. And I think that just keep putting it out there and let people hear it. I think they're going to choose for themselves whether or not they're going to choose whether for themselves they want to listen to it. And I think they're going to find themselves listening to it because everybody out there is looking for something new. And that's definitely a new sound. And I salute to everybody out there. And pray for us down here in Florida. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say thank you for coming on the show tonight. Salute, boss.
Have a good night. Be very safe.
Thank
you so much.
Category 4 hurricane coming at us. And
salute to you. Salute to you too, Miss Music. So, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for coming on as well.
But anyways, it's about to get real tomorrow. Hey, I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in and joining me along the way.
For everybody that does not recognize
I'll be here Monday. So keep your prayers out there for me and my family.
That's the boss. HNIC Mitchell, you have something to say, sir?
Thank you. All right, Sugar. You have a great day and God bless everybody.
Actually, I was just saying thank you. I don't know if she can hear me, but because she was still talking.
Yes,
so I want to let you know. I want to let you know that I want to thank her too for coming on as well, and I want her to be safe and to let her know that we all love her at WBOK Radio. So I just want to let her know. So thank you so much.
Hey, this is a very awkward and great time in this country that we're dealing with. This is a time where genres of music and genres and ethnicity of people are starting to blend to see who's going to come through and just be good people.
Oh, I love you too.
WBOKRadio.com and the Encore Live Show, we advocate just to be a good person. If the person standing next to you is struggling and you're good, help them. That's what we do here. We work to promote the artists that the gatekeepers won't give a pass to. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real quick. Before like HNIC Mitchell, my boss, my radio boss, has the opportunity to cut me off at any time with anything I'm saying. I just want to be real about something. Man, I'm in the DMV. I'm in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area of this country. I'm from San Diego, California. I've been down Texas. I got family. I own property in Texas. But all that aside, we talking about people to people, man. If you're in a bad position, if the natural disasters are coming your way, holler at the people. We are not a group of people. WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. If I can just solidify it just to be like the Encore live show, we ain't got no hate in our blood. We have outlets. We have ways. We have means. We are a very strong radio influence. We have countries. We have over 30 countries that are willing to help. Just reach out, and it's not to be selfish that because we're WBOKRadio.com. It's not to be selfish just because we're Encore live show. We will definitely direct people towards their help. That's part of the reason why we do this. We want the culture to live. We want it to grow. Everything that goes bad out here, WBOKRadio.com and the Encore live show, we want to continue to give y'all the good. You know, it's gonna go bad. It's gonna happen. You know, things gonna happen. It's natural disasters. That's what we're dealing with right now. But pay attention. Pay attention to the outlets. Pay attention to those websites. Pay attention to those 1-800 numbers for all of our family. For my beautiful co-host, a boss, I would rather you articulate like how to show love to like Florida when it comes down, because you chose Marlene Mamacita.
Well, I don't know. Is my volume right? Does it sound okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I personally, definitely am thankful for my, Miss Music. I'm definitely thankful for her. I realize that right now that is a very tragic situation. So I completely understand her having to leave and get off a little early because, I'm just surprised she was able to even do the interview tonight altogether. So that shows you how strong she is as a person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I think she really enjoys this, and I think she's, especially having artists on like yourself, Mr. Kyle Knight, having great artists on like yourself. So I think that's kind of what motivates her, and that's what keeps her going. So so our goal is to continue to
and she like light skin brothers.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got you. High yellow, brother. I got you. High yellow, brother. I got you.
I apologize. Listen, I know you.
He's just like
I know you being serious, but
he's just like I'll be sure. High yellow's back in. High yellow's back in.
But at least I can really rap.
There you go.
A little bit of salt, I'm sorry.
Hey, Mitchell. Hey, while we have the artist on, while we have Miss Music on, and while I have the opportunity to have my boss, the brother that I give a lot of respect and a lot of love to, this brother gives me motivation. HNIC Mitchell, Charles Mitchell. If y'all look him up on social media, Charles Mitchell, HNIC Mitchell. He gives me motivation through everything that we are going through as a culture, as a people, as a region. And I don't even live in the same region as this brother. And he is my boss, and I acknowledge him as my boss.
Yeah.
I want everybody to take a minute. Just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath in and define what you're doing.
Trying to figure out where
my boss, HNIC Mitchell, definitely, like, he hits me up every day, and he makes sure that I have my reason defined. We're live on air. Like, we usually do this off of air. We have the conversation off of air, but I just want people to know how influential HNIC Mitchell, Charles Mitchell, is to these young black men, to these young artists.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to go ahead and just pay some homage, man. Like, and if you don't, it's cool. But we still gonna do what we do.
All right.
We got the whole world, baby.
Yeah, and we got Mr. Kyle Knight. So let's
And we got Mr.
Kyle Knight's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So so tell us about your track "Hey Sister," my friend. Tell us about your track "Hey Sister."
Well, Hey Sister, it's really like a life song that I've been writing my whole life. You know, I just really just been revamping it, and just till I got it to a strong, to the strongest point that I can get it. You know, and Hey Sister is women appreciation. It's women empowerment, and it's definitely a positive message for my sisters out there.
Wow. So, Hey Sister is something that you turn into the sisters.
And not only that, it's an original track, and even the violin, the violin solo in it. That's an original violin solo.
Oh yeah, I heard that, man. I love that. Actually,
Broken Robert, you know, she's one of the top violinists out here on the East Coast. Yeah.
Man, I love it.
We got something for you. I got something I'm gonna send to Mr. Mitchell with, like, A minor, the violinist. I'm looking at you face to face, my brother. But your track right here, because one of the privileges is I get to hear all the music before it goes live.
Yeah.
Now, you see this?
Yeah.
You just slapped everybody in the face with creativity.
Oh man, like the thing is, I don't know. Like with me, it's so crazy because just my background, I don't know how to do anything else, and it's just like
it's refreshing.
Yeah,
it's something that you can play for your grandma. It's something when you're at a family cookout. If they put your whole CD on, nobody has to skip a track.
You know, it actually reminds me. It actually reminds me of Will Smith. You know, Will Smith a little bit. You know,
summertime track.
But definitely with a deeper message, and definitely with me, like I'm a real man. You know, and me, I'm really coming from the heart as an individual. You know, like there's definitely thinking man music. No, get you ya.
Right.
You know, but this is really something for the world. To really impact. To really impact and to raise the consciousness. And this is something that you could just
you made it, my brother. Like I see Mitchell, like when my boss is on the line, it's very rare when he's on the line. Right? He usually comes on the line to check me because I talk too much, which I'm doing right now. Right? But he usually comes on the line when he's like, "Hey, Yogi, you did a great job in hosting the show, but we need to premiere this music. Your music, my brother. This next track that's about to be played worldwide, Mr. Mitchell is like we've all gone through it. That was our come up. It's like we had music that we were making, but we had to worry about the gatekeepers, the people that would play our music, that let it go worldwide. And how do you get your
But even there, I'm getting a beautiful response, because even with Hey Sister, a lot of the fellas, the men out there are feeling it a lot more sometimes than the woman, than the women out there, and this was out.
And that's where they say we have a problem, where the brothers start feeling the vibe of consciousness.
Well, that beat is off the chain, though. I do know that much. When I listened to it today, I was like, man, I had to listen to it over and over again. Man, that's stuff. Yeah.
I can never over talk my boss, but Mr. Mitchell, do you want to let this brother introduce this track, or
absolutely,
are you just gonna drop it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and introduce it, and we'll go ahead and play it.
Worldwide radio play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. This is Hey Sister. This is for
I'm so
all.
appreciative.
This is for all my sisters out there.
Thank you for allowing
Respect
me to
yourself.
be the radio host to
Chin up.
put this out.
Oh, of course, man. The honor is mine. The honor is mine.
We want
And the
all
stuff.
your new music.
Oh,
We want all your new music. We want to be the we want
I
to
was
be
just about to say
the
that.
station that premieres all your new music worldwide. Mr. Mitchell will tell you, it's no joke.
Okay, Larry, you're over talking, brother.
Okay, I'm talking too much.
We love you, Larry.
Play the music. I'm just excited because I already heard the music. And I love it. The world here.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is WBOKRadio.com, and this is Mr. Kyle Knight on with us, and this is Hey Sister.
Hey there, sister. Everyone knows it's not right. The way you do your body at night. A way out, all you gotta do is get it right. Know what you don't even think. Is your mind in sync? Hey there, sister, don't do that on your back every day just for some pay. Common sense, it won't come get wet. Hey there, sister, no man in his right mind will ever kiss you. Instead, he got the dish you. They see you day by day. They know that your life is a stray. You've been around the block. They pick you up along the way. Got some advice. Hey, sister, get it right. Saying you a working girl that ain't working. No pants, long skirt, money first. The player pimps know you. Your reps are bad, and you know it too. What you gonna do? Hey there, sister. 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 The choice is yours. What you gonna do? Your heart starts thumping every time he leaves the room. Knowing that he's creeping, lying, cheating, checking his call every day and every evening. You know the answers, so stop with the questions. You've been here before, be a woman, start correcting. It's your love, your time, your direction. It's all about you. Don't be a number two. You deserve more. Not some chick's panties on the floor. Does it come when you can't take it no more? Your love is priceless. My throwaway thing. More precious than a title or a diamond ring. And use your head on this one. Be smart and not dumb. Chin up, sister, and choose the right one. Pick and choose. And always love you. The truth will get you through. Hey there, sister. 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 Hey there, sister.
That's that Hey There, Sister. I don't know, like I'm looking at the bottom of my screen, and the artist that put this composition together, I'm talking about he's smiling to the point where his gums are showing.
Yeah.
Why don't you let the people know what that Hey There, Sister? How you feel about that getting worldwide play, bro?
I feel good about that, man. I feel real good about that. I feel good about, man, I love that track. You know, it's one of the realest songs I wrote. And I say one of the realest songs. I have many, many more to come.
So if we play a couple tracks from you, you're gonna be like, hey, you know what? That's one of the greatest. Like, we are not 97.5. We are not we are not 105.1. I don't have a Charlemagne the God interview for you. I just don't. I do know how to be disrespectful, but I'm not digging in your bag, man. Like, to me, you're a great musician. You are doing something that is inspiring youngins behind you to say, I can go ahead and do something great with myself without having to do anything negative with myself. That's one of the things that, like, the thing that hit me, right? The thing that hit me when you came across the table as a part of this network, it wasn't great MC. Well, great MC, not to knock that, because it was great MC, but I'm like what I think that you will feel more than like, yo, you got a great MC. I get great MCs. I get great people that have been a part of the music industry for years, like onions. But the thing that stood out to me the most when it came to you is the title of the type of music that you put out. It's conscious. How does that feel? Because, you know, everybody ain't with that. Everybody ain't with that. Everybody ain't with dope lyricism. Everybody ain't with, like, storylines, you know what I'm saying? But you are on this show. And the reason why, like, the description that I got as a host was like, yo, we got a dope ass conscious MC coming on the show.
And it's only getting doper.
Like, my boss, HNIC Mitchell, was like, make sure you treat him properly. Like, what I'm doing right now, he said, stop talking and let him talk. What it do?
Yeah.
What it do? What it do? Conscious hip hop.
Well, you know,
we just heard, like, your movement, your music, like what built you to be that person. Let us know.
I mean, what built me to be this person was really, well, really be honest with you, you know, was my childhood, was definitely running the streets and things like that, and selling drugs and selling guns and things like that, and just knowing that, of course, you know, you don't want to stay there, and you know that your life goes on, and what do you really want to be, and what you really want to do, and of course, you know, I always fell in love, you know, by listening to rap and listening to hip hop and things like that, but by the songwriting, you know, that, like, you know, the songwriting is what really what made me and really appreciating good songwriting, and as well as good music and good production too, and also, you know, keeping my head open and universal, you know, and not being nervous or scared or insecure to step out my box, you know, which is very important, you know, because you have a lot of artists out there, like we're talking about the mumble rappers and all that, but some people out there just doing one thing, you know. I'm right out the gate and I'm coming out right, and I could drop you a whole catalog, you know, like right now, it's great, you know, it's fantastic, it's conscious, but there's going to be so many things that I write and getting the message across and things like that, you know, with light profanity, with no profanity, but I'm an artist and I keep the balance all the time because that's my job.
Now, I'm looking at your forehead getting scrunched up while you're talking about this topic, but be a conscious MC. Now, part of the issue is, so I want a heartfelt. If I can, if I don't deserve that, because you don't know me, I don't know you. You feel me? MC, the MC, music industry person, and music industry person. You know what I'm saying? What do you? Because I got some questions.
Oh yeah, pour them on.
But my co-host, you know what I'm saying, she in Tampa. Tampa's about to face a Category 4 hurricane. Like, it's about to go real down there. What do you have to say to not just my co-host, but to the artists that are like, when, like what you just said, you talking about struggle, coming up from the struggle, like having a vision to make it through the struggle, everything else like that, to be where you're at right now. What do you have to say to our people down in Florida right now?
Yeah. It's definitely sacrifice, you know, and sacrifice and what you and everything in your life, especially because this industry is very complicated, and it's very hard to do this when you know you have bills to pay, you know, when you have so many things going on around you, you have so many opinions of others and things like that, of what they think about you and what the thoughts of what people think about you, and you have to stay very strong-minded.
So the music that you create, because that's one thing. Like, I'm gonna go back to this, right? You're talking about consciousness, being a conscious artist. I want to know, who do you want to shout out? Like, who are the people that you want to shout out? Who are the people, like, your shout outs? Like, like, everybody wants to know your shout outs. Like, who are the people that you want to shout out?
Well, definitely shout out to Nas, shout out to Mos Def, shout out to my man Angelo Ellaby, of course. But Conscious, shout out to Talib Kweli, shout out to Common, you know, shout out to J. Cole. You know, there's a lot of great stuff out there. You know, of course, shout out to Doc, you know, even there's so much. There's so much. You know, I mean, even Public Enemy.
You're blessed.
Yeah.
You're blessed. Oh, yeah. With everything that's going on right now, what do you have to say to the people that are feeling like they're not as blessed as you, brother? Everything going on with like the natural disasters, everything like when I say shout outs, I want you to be conscious of this. Like, I usually don't do this. I usually let people, like, you know what I'm saying, they can hang themselves from the rope they draw. But with Mr. Angelo Ellaby and the artist that he presents to us, I'm very secure and conscious of making sure that because we're live. Who do you want to give love and shouts to and support to right now, like in worldly events?
Well, that's definitely you know, people in Texas, everybody who's impacted, you know, in Florida by you know, by the natural disaster. But you know, I want to give a shout out really to everybody, you know, even for what's going on in the government, and to tell everybody out there to pray, you know, and really to everybody, even for dealing even with Trump and things like that. What's going on there? I mean, I gotta come on now. We keep it. You said we live. We keep it in 100, and you got me on here,
baby.
Yeah, but that's where I'm at. Yeah, most definitely. You know, and I would definitely give a shout out to everybody dealing with the natural disasters, and everybody, man, and everybody in the struggle. You know, right now that's really out of your hands. You know, because there's a lot of struggle out there right now that's really out of our hands, including police brutality, including some of these natural disasters, including what's going on with Trump, including what's going on with the truth, including what's going on with global warming, climate change, all those things, including all those things. Yeah.
Whoa. Not whoa from my standpoint, but you know what I'm saying? We on media. So I want to ask you this question that the people, more than likely, from everything that you just went in, like the title of the interview was a conscious hip hop artist.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was the title on this network.
Yeah.
So in our conversation, as we are coming to the end of this interview, what would you say is the most important outside of like buy my album, download this single, anything else like that? We're gonna go into that too, because we got to give you your final shout out. See what I'm saying? Because Double Exposure Media get mad love over here at WBOKRadio.com.
Yeah,
but
I know that.
For you as an individual, everything you just said, what would you say is the most important thing for people to like pay attention to right now?
I would definitely say to pay attention to the times, and to pay attention to the news, and be conscious is what I would say, and to definitely be aware, you know, and definitely help your fellow man these times, you know, and not only that, you know, even if his car won't start, or let's just say if the water in Florida, you know, is coming through the living room, help your fellow man. Don't let anybody suffer. Don't let anybody die. Don't try, be a hero, you know, go up and beyond, because the one eye is watching, you know, and to definitely pray, you know, pray and to definitely be conscious and to be aware, because, you know, if you're not conscious, if you're not aware, you know, even Hurricane Irma, it's a probability it may come up here high to the East Coast. And it's just like, you know, if you're not aware and conscious, it could seriously kill you, you know. So be aware, be conscious, be alert, stay woke.
So with Double Exposure Media Group, with WBOKRadio.com, with you individually as an entertainer and as an artist, where can people find your work? Where can you find your work, bro? Like, you've really gone in this evening, and we definitely appreciate you for taking the time.
Oh yeah, man.
You've really gone in. So like, we definitely want to take the time for you to get your plugs in. Like, please plug away.
Right. Well, first, I definitely got to plug away. I just released my music video, Hey Sister, up on YouTube. So you want to check me out at Kyle Knight Music. You know, that's on YouTube. We just released the music video. My website is KyleKnightMusic.com.
Spell that joint out.
Oh, okay, not a problem.
Some people have literacy, and it's not to knock anybody, but I always, whenever it comes out to shout outs and it comes out to direct sites, I like people to be able, and believe me, my boss, he likes people to be able to like directly say like, Kylie, like shout it out. You got time. Don't rush it, brother. This is your plug time. This is your plug time.
You can find me at Kyle Knight Music, which is a K as in kangaroo, Y as in yo, L as in lion, E as in elephant. You got Knight, K as in night, N as in nest, I as in igloo, G as in giraffe, H H as in hound, T as in Tracy.
Kylie. So, conscious hip hop.
Yeah.
All right. Double Exposure Media Group. Like working with the brother.
He done very well with that. Yeah, that's Kyle Knight is very well. Because and I see where people would probably get confused because they might think it's spelled night like N-I-G-H-T.
Right. Yeah. That happens all the time.
Mr. Kylie, I don't think you understand. Like the voice you're hearing right now. That's my radio boss. That is Mr. Charles Mitchell right there. Everybody tuned in right now. Every once in a while, HNIC comes in to like, he's like, Yogi, you're talking too much.
Okay, Larry. Okay. All right, Larry.
He's like, that's what he's like. All right, Larry. Let's wrap it up.
No, but I was just letting you know that Kyle Knight, though, K-Y-L-E. K-N-I-G-H-T. So that's the way you spell it, Kyle Knight Music. So that's where he was at. So that's what's up, man. So sounds good. And
also but the Facebook is different from all the other plugs. That's Kyle P Lyric Publishing LLC. That's the Facebook. Everywhere else is Kyle Knight Music. KyleKnightMusic.com.
Okay, got you. Yeah, man.
You have a publisher?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell, we might have to buy him out. Did I say that live? Oh my God. I'm supposed to keep that private. We got checks. Okay.
Well, that's on the. I got.
So who do you want to shout out? Who do you want to shout out live on live radio? Like over, like every, like right now, all 50 states are tuned into what you're saying right now. We have like over 30 countries directly tuned into what you're saying, right? Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I definitely want to give a shout out to my mother, Tracy Wilder. I want to give a shout out to my father, David Knight. I want to give a shout out to Angela Ellaby, Double Media. And I definitely want to give a shout out, of course, at WBOK Radio. That's one. And I definitely want to give a shout out, to my brother Colin. Who else? Hey, on
the spot, it's hard to come up with.
If the people that are working with you is a small group, then shout out that people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Don't stress the people that want to be a part of your network. That's part of your growth.
Well, I definitely got to give a shout out to. I got to give a shout out to my administrative team, Tatanisha, also to Richard Harrison. I also have to give a shout out to Kevin Goins, and also to Tanya Bird, too. That's all my administrative team, all my promotion team, and things like that. And and I also have to give a shout out to Diane, as well. And it's about 7-10 of us up here, and that's the team. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you that. Hey, now the music that you produce, man. Me personally, I want to give a shout out to whoever it was that put that track down for you. That music was off the chain, man. So whoever produced that music, I want to definitely say a shout out to them as well too. Yes,
Oh yeah. That was Richard Harrison. I definitely shout out. I definitely shouted him out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a bet. Mm-hmm.
That's a good job for you to shout out production, because Mr. Mitchell even shout out my production on my song. Anyway,
my pops produced my pops me and my pops co-produced The Truth, so I definitely got to give a shout out.
Truth go though.
That's hard, boy. That's a hard cut right there, man. I love that track. And
thank you, man. The instrumentation, the production is just great. Just with the real political rap. Just the messages that it's just message on top. That's what I'm about. It's just message on top of message on top of message. And don't get me wrong. It's limited profanity right now, but moving to the future in the appropriate places, not going array with profanity, but in the right places, getting across the message. Of course, come on now, because I'm coming from the heart, but I'm coming out as an artist. Coming out right.
Hip hop wise, don't ever make an excuse. Don't ever make an excuse to not have profanity in your message, because one of the goals as an MC is to educate.
Mm-hmm.
Education means vocabulary, which means that we can articulate ourselves further past the profanities. Where it might be you, but I can put a bar structure together where you'll feel it way worse than if I were to just put the direct words. If I were to put 6 letters together, I'm saying that if I can articulate that and make that profitable, you are in a path where you are showing these young black men, and not just young black men, but you're showing these young musicians, you're showing these young up-and-coming entertainers that you don't have to be ignorant to be successful.
Very true. And not only that, it's impacting the people. It's impacting the people overseas too. A big part of my fan base is people from China, people from the Philippines, also people from Colombia, from South America. I got at least over 15,000 people from India, and of course, even I got thousands of people, hundreds of people here in the States,
It flips my head backwards, like Mr. Mitchell, my radio boss, the brother that pays all the bills, makes everything happen with WBOKRadio.com and the Encore live show. It's like I'm a very educated and practical brother. I'm wild, but I'm a very educated and practical brother, and I'm like, Mr. Mitchell, how do we have 30 plus countries, but our broadcast is not translated into their language? And he's like, I guess they just like you. And that's his answer. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess they just like you. That's it. But
true.
It's also with the artists that we have on. If it's good music, good spirit, they don't care the language. They just want to hear good music. And you have you've been a part of us being able to continue to bless our broadcasting audience with great music, good music, man, where people are like, I'm gonna tune in again.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, it's definitely my privilege to do it. And you know, of course, as I keep putting out releases, I'm touching base with you guys.
Absolutely.
Hey, look here. You know, I'm writing something right now. You know, it's for the females. You know, it's a club banger. You know, so the production's really hot. But people are really liking what I'm doing, conscious wise and things like that. So I'm writing a really dope track called X by Necessary. It's a full-length song on the life and death of Malcolm X. So you know, I'm keeping it conscious. I'm giving the people what they like from me. You know, but at the same time, you know, I'm also giving hip hop what it needs to. Also with the tracks that I'm bringing and with the messages and with the R&B stuff, man. And it's gonna be dope.
So I had a real quick question. When are you actually going to take it on the road? Are you going to take it on the road here coming soon, or possibly, or?
Very soon. I have been out performing and things like that. Like I was performing in DC at Estrella College, at Estrella University, and I was.
Hold on, you said DC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I was also performing. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, man. Yeah, the response I got.
Virginia, Yogi 1AO is DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
The response I got out there was just overwhelming and just so much love. It's love. Yeah, and then also, you know, I was also performing at Harlem Week too, you know, which was an outstanding performance. We had some technical difficulties in the beginning of The Truth, you know, which the track right at the beginning shut off. But you know, your boy, you know, I'm a professional and I powerhouse right through it and got a fantastic and overwhelming response, you know, which was fantastic. Wow. But you know, and I just performed on the Bobby Simmons show 2 days ago.
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, see, and like I say, the fact that you do have a message in your music. See, so many people write music that don't have no message whatsoever in their music. They're just really rapping or singing just to be singing. A lot of them, they don't have no plot to what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, really, that goes on a lot, man. So,
Yeah, you know, it's really come from the heart and really come from originality, and also, you know, the basics of hip hop, you know, which in some places are kind of missing, you know, and I'm just kind of providing those things, you know, because I have the information and I'm providing the knowledge.
Yes. So, but man, I tell you, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for you taking out the time for interviewing with us tonight. You know, we'll let you get your weekend started on up, because I know it's Saturday evening, so we won't take up too much more of your time tonight, man. But I want to make you aware. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for coming on to the show and everything.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and the honor, man, has really been mine. I mean, I really had a good time with you guys tonight. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Mr. Mitchell continues to bless me with artists that I never thought I would ever have an opportunity to be able to speak to. Now I get to sit down with you face to face in front of the world, and I never thought I'd ever have an opportunity to be able to sit down with you. Period. To hear the meaning behind your music, and I get to experience this in front of the world. My boss HNIC Mitchell is a beast, and you are a beast. I appreciate your input into the influence of hip hop, into the culture of hip hop. And for me to be able to sit down face to face with you and be able to speak to you about what your influence is in the culture, I'm beyond blessed. Blessed. I want everybody, like I got this thing I do where I tell everybody, Mr. Mitchell, give me a minute. I know he's like, come on. He's like, let's wrap it up, bro.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, y'all. I can go for another 30 minutes. I'm good money. I'm having a good time.
And that's what happens. That's what happens. A lot of people, before when Mr. Mitchell approaches people to come on the show, some people have never done a live worldwide interview. And so they're intimidated. And I tell them all the time before we go live, I'm like, man, it ain't nothing different than sitting down with your uncle at a cookout talking about what you've been doing with yourself.
Yeah, and being very relaxed.
That's exactly how it should feel. But I want to tell you how much the listening and viewing audience appreciates you for what you have implemented into the culture, what you continue to strive for. Because anybody that's ever gone to a studio to put down one track, they definitely feel the struggle, and you're out here putting forward a positive influence in the culture, and that's what we look for. That's what we look for. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I so appreciate you for taking time out of your Saturday and sitting down and chopping it up with me. WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. I'm gonna be quiet and let Mr. Mitchell talk.
This is WBOK.
I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get fired.
Well, this is Yogi. This is called the Encore live show, so we're gonna have to bring Mr. Kyle Knight back on for an encore performance. You already know that.
Man!
When you complete those new tracks, when you progress with what you got going, please know that you have a home. Here, WBOK. I'm not sitting down next to you face to face, eye to eye, but I'm looking you in your eye. Let me see if I can see you eye to eye. All right. It's serious minutes. We definitely appreciate your approach to the industry. We definitely appreciate your approach to entertainment, because we as a radio station and we as an entertainment hub and an outlet for artists, we can't do this without artists striving to be better.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. Like, and that's why I do it the way I do it. To really give hip hop and to really give the culture a brilliant legacy, and also a breath of fresh air, and also empowerment to our people out there, which is very important, which is our people, which is the youth as well, and I'm gonna continue to keep kicking out this good music and keep coming from the heart, and keep trust me, if it ain't higher than Hey Sister, what I already have done, I ain't cutting it. so
where was you born and raised at?
Well, I was born in Hempstead, Long Island, and I was raised there too. But I was primarily raised between Washington Heights and the city, New York, and New Haven, Connecticut.
Hold on, Larry. Hold on, Larry. How did you meet Mr. Angelo Ellaby, out of curiosity?
Well, I met Mr. Ellaby through a good friend of mine when I was working on the label with my father, the developing label that we were putting together. I was working with Kevin Goings, and it was actually through Kevin Goings and his resources. Yep. Oh yeah, Amanda Menster. I know all them. Yeah. She wrote my bio. Yeah, that's my girl.
Do you know how many artists out of DC work with the Goings?
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yeah, that I do.
Mr. Mitchell,
Mr.
Mitchell, we gotta have a conversation off air.
Well, yeah,
that's too much.
It's good stuff, and people definitely recognize a good, solid artist out here, and somebody who really works really hard at this. Because me coming up, there was a lot of eyes on me and things like that, and a lot of people watching me, and people really recognize, hey, yo, look, this guy is a good songwriter. He's skilled. He's a good performer. And so, God puts all the right people in your circle and in your fulfillment.
I would say that too. Like, I have to have a conversation with Mr. Mitchell off air, because I had no idea. Like, I know from being a radio host for Mr. Mitchell, and I bow to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that me individually would ever be able to have a conversation with the talent that I get to interview, but my job is just to interview the talent. But I don't it came upon me, it dawned on me that you're really in a position where you get to meet people.
Oh yeah.
And Mr. Mitchell puts me in a position, he always thanks me. He thanks Miss Music, and I'm like, nah, boss, thank you.
Nah, I think I mean, y'all definitely put your necks out on the chopping block.
Some people don't realize that the lineage of entertainment, and I'm just gonna be quiet. Like I'm just gonna that.
Well, you know,
I'm just gonna say this. I'll finish off this conversation with
it's heavy out there.
I love my job.
Through the years, we've just fortunately progressed to get such artists like Mr. Kyle Knight. You know, through the years, you know, we've actually progressed to where we can get artists like Kyle Knight on our show.
Please click us off alive.
I know.
Like we are really like showing Mr. Kyle like a lot of love, and we're still alive. I don't care that it's happening, but
okay,
guys, like
fair enough. Yogi, go ahead and sign off. You sign off, man, and we'll say goodbye. We'll say a private goodbye to him.
Okay, everybody's heard what's going on with WBOKRadio.com and the Encore live show. Like, we thought that we were off of air about 20 minutes ago, but this is how we do. We show love to the artists. The artists show love to us. Shout out, you can't even use the word shout out. I got to give much love to my brother, my mentor, my entertainment mentor. We have Angela Allerby in the building. And then, like, for myself personally, we got Mr. HNIC Mitchell, Mr. Charles Mitchell. I'm just Yogi 1AO, man. It's WBOKRadio.com. Make sure y'all tune in. Marlene Bamasita down there in Tampa, Florida. And she told us she's going to face a Category 4 hurricane.
Yeah, it's real.
Shout out to the family.
I think you made a mistake, Mr. Yogi. You said we got Mr. Angelo Ellerby in the building. You meant Mr. Kyle Knight.
No,
in the building.
Angelo Ellerby is the reason why we have.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you made a mistake. I thought you were trying to say that he was Mr. Angelo Ellerby. Okay, I thought you made a mistake. Okay, guys.
Hey, whatever you say, boss. If you say I was wrong, I'm not arguing with
No.
Anybody that's tuned into this conversation, if Mr. Charles Mitchell ever says you're wrong, you say you're right, boss.
Oh no! It's not like that. It's not like that. No, okay. I am. But
so my mortgage is gonna be okay this month, boss.
You straight, man. But we just definitely, I'll be quiet. Go ahead and sign on off. All
right. I just want to give, as everybody's been able to hear, man, it's just family. Like, some people they get very bewildered about who we bring on the Encore live show, who we bring on WBOKRadio.com, but we have not gone off of our live stream yet. And I just want everybody to know that this is family, man. It's an entertainment family. We all have the same goal. We all want everyone to achieve success. We all want to be able to hey, you just gained another $2 million this year, so now we're going to come to your house for the cookout, for your celebration of your success. But we all work towards each other's success. Okay, so when it comes down to WBOKRadio.com, when it comes down to the Encore live show, that's what we're working to do. Anybody that's not a part of this team, I'm not going to say you're hating, because I'm too old to use the word hating. I'm just going to say, do your due diligence and work with the people that are a part of media and that are a part of what you want to do. To the brother that spent the time, and he's still on the line with us. He's still live with us. Why don't you get the people at WBOKRadio.com? Let the people know you're still rocking with us. Let them know who you are, who you rocking with.
I'm still here, damn it. I'm still here.
All right.
Let them know. I'm still here.
That works.
But let the people know. Let the people know who you are and that you're rocking with WBOKRadio.com. If you would, please.
Okay, this is Kyle Knight, and I'm a conscious artist. You know?
WBOKRadio.com.
Yeah. WBOK. I'm Kyle Knight. I'm a conscious artist. I'm original. I'm from the heart, and I got some real messages for you. So check me out.
Right.
Kyle Knight Music.
Right. So KyleKnightMusic.com, Kyle Knight Music on social media. WBOKRadio.com on social media, the Encore live show on social media, and you can find this brother's music. You can find this brother's music on the Jukebox app because that's what we do for artists.
Yes, and plus this podcast we will also have this podcast up. So Mr. Kyle Knight will be on the WBOK Radio YouTube channel. So Mr. Kyle Knight's interview will be on the WBOK Radio YouTube channel. We'll forward that to you as well. I want to try to friend you as well, Mr. Kyle Knight. I want to friend you to where I can send you all of the links as well too. So we'll go from there. So yeah.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell.
Go ahead, Larry.
And Mr. Knight. I just want to say, sometimes, not just sometimes, just every morning, every single morning, I'll wake up in the morning. I feel so blessed. I just have this air that I don't. People breathe a different air than I breathe, but I just want. No, I'm gonna go ignorant. Mr. Mitchell, you know I'm gonna go ignorant. Charles, you know.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk. Let's get on out for here. But yes,
I just wake up in the morning and I just pee excellence.
Yeah. Okay.
He said, that's it. You went too far.
All right.
That statement right there was too much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, WBOKRadio.com, the Encore live show. We're going to bring you the best in entertainment. We're going to give it to you raw. We're going to give it to you direct. I'm Yogi 1AO. Y'all are very blessed because you had the boss on the line this evening. The broadcast went a little extra, but we got Charles Mitchell. Special announcement. Let them know.
Special announcement. Actually, also stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because soon on the broadcast, it will be the 69 boys. I thought I'd let you know. So I just thought I'd give you a heads up. So soon on the broadcast, we'll have the 69
Y'all ready to turn up.
Look at that girl with them Days of Duke. So you know already know.
Y'all better be ready to turn up.
All right. I just thought I'd give you a heads up. So yeah.
Now, Mr. Mitchell, there's some things that we've discussed that we cannot talk about, but we're going to go from all that to something that some people, I'm just going to say this. Mr. Mitchell, you tell me if I'm wrong or right. We will have a broadcast on the WBOKRadio.com and the Encore live show that I dare you to get intoxicated while we have a 2-hour broadcast. We are going to bring on someone. Mr. Mitchell got something in the works. And he already told me, he's like, you got to be correct with this. When this brother comes on this radio station, but we got somebody coming on that y'all. Why are you smiling like that, though?
My dog going.
He's smiling. Hey, Mr. He's smiling like that. He said, "I got a good dental plan."
His ass ready to go outside. He's like, Cal, get your ass off the phone. Let me out.
WBOK Radio, and we are going to sign on off right now, but we're going to thank all the listeners for tuning in, and we will definitely check you back next week. Thank you so much. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.